guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and to another horror story. This is a Subway one. I've only done one other restaurant and it was the IHOP one, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, this is kind of piggybacking off of last week's story, which was the camping nightmare. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was like probably the worst time ever. If you missed that, I'll link it down below. Let's get on into this one. So we left Quick Care, right? And Aiden was obviously prescribed some antibiotics. So we went next door to the grocery store here in Arizona. It's called Fry's, and turned in his prescription. They told us it was going to take about 45 minutes. And instead of coming all the way back home, you know, we had just been in the car forever, and we decided to kind of walk around, and then my husband and I were pretty hungry, and so we decided that we were going to go get something to eat. Right next door was a Subway, so that's what we chose. So we go in, and there is a couple who are super young, like I'm talking like teenagers, and they have, the girl is holding a baby, and they also have a toddler who is like standing at the door, which I thought that was so strange. Like, why would you let your toddler stand at the front of the door while you're like ordering your food like back at like the glass counter, you know what I mean? And I was just like, that's just not good parenting, in my opinion. So we get in line, and Andrew just tells me what he wants, you know, and he decides to like go sit down because, again, Aiden's sick, right? But have to eat. And so he like sets Aiden down, and Aiden wants to play with this little boy that's like sitting at the front, right? So they laugh, you know, you can hear him laughing, and I thought that was so cute, you know? So I look over to see like what exactly they're laughing about, and you know, the couple who are obviously in front of me had already ordered their food, like they were still getting their toppings or whatever you want to call it, and they were laughing too. So I look over to see, and the little boy, their little boy, he was throwing chips on the ground and stomping on them, and that of course is making Aiden laugh, but he's a child, he's 2. And so the parents like are just letting him throw these chips on the ground that they haven't even paid for yet. I was just like, why would you do that? That's so shitty. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna make these other people that work at Subway clean up that mess, and you're just like sitting there laughing. Like, if Aiden did that, like he did it once and he laughed, I'd be like, okay, that's enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair. That's not fair. So that goes on. They get to the front of the line and they're short on money, which, you know what I mean? That's happened to me before. I'm not like throwing shade at that, but he asks, you know, if anybody has, I can't even remember what it was, like some odd amount of change. Like, he only had a $20 bill, and, you know, the guy that was in between us, there was 2 young men between me and this couple, was like, here man, I don't have $1, or he said, I don't have that exact amount of change, but I have $1. And so he gives him the $1, and the guy puts the change in his pocket. So thankfully they left. Oh, that was another thing, is that they left their, I don't know, anyways, so they leave, and I could tell that they were high, like especially the guy, because of the way he was talking and stuff, and like you could just tell he was high. So they have a little baby and then a little boy, and he, you know what I mean, like it's just not cool. So that's not even the end of the story though. So we sit down and we start eating, and there's an older gentleman behind us, like maybe 2 people behind us. And so there are 2 girls that are working Subway. So I don't hear the whole conversation, but I hear him, I kind of heard what he ordered, just because it's a small Subway, like you can hear stuff, you know. So he ordered a footlong, but got different things on each end. Instead of ordering like 2 6-inches, he said, I want a footlong. Maybe it was like the same meat and then different toppings on each side. So he asks for his stamps that, you know, old school Subway used to give you the stamps, and when you filled up a card you got like a free footlong. I don't remember what it is now, but we don't even have one of those loyalty cards. So anyways, he asks for the stamps and she gives them to him, and he said that he should get 2 more. So he got 2 footlongs, she gave him 2 stamps, but because he put like different toppings on each side, he was thinking it's 4 different sandwiches, right? And she was like, no, that's not how that works. And he was like, anytime I ever come in here and you guys give me this amount of stamps. And she's like, I'm sorry, sir, but that's not how that works, and they shouldn't have been giving them to you like that. And he goes, starts cussing at her, like throwing the F-bomb left and right, which Andrew pointed out later that he was wearing like an Air Force retired hat, like veteran. And Andrew's like, if I would have heard him, I would have been like, you're wearing the hat and talking like that? So he's like cussing at her, saying that it's effing ridiculous, that that's effing stupid, he spends so much effing money in there, this and that. She gives him the manager's name and says, I remember specifically it was Suki, because he was like, oh, Suki this, Suki that, like he was like throwing around the word Suki. He's like, well, let me talk to Suki. And then she was like, you know, she doesn't work on the weekends. And he said, well, give me Suki's phone number, I want to talk to her right now. She was like, sir, you can call the store when she's here, you know what I mean, at this amount of hours. And so he keeps using the F word, and it was really cute because like the smallest girl out of the two was like, sir, there is no reason for you to talk to me like that, it's not appropriate. And he was like, I apologize, but you know, all of this over 2 stamps, which is just ridiculous, and the fact that he was totally cheating the system. It was insane. And mind you, we had just been like in the ER, and we had just been on that horrible drive home. We got 0 sleep last night. So like all of this combined, I was like, I'm in the twilight zone officially. And so we ate, we went and got his antibiotics. Luckily they were ready, and went home, and Aiden was better in like a couple of days. So insane. Like, why would you yell about stamps? And if you spent so much money in there, like, would you really get mad over a free 6-inch? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, that's the end of my retail horror story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Either way, love you guys. And if you are new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. If you would like to, give this video a thumbs up so I know you'd like me to continue doing retail horror stories. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!